everybody. Welcome to our May 11th live stream. This is the closest I've done 2 live streams back to back in a while. My last live stream was on April 27th, and I'm just going to take a while and do a little intro to give people some time to come settle in and watch the live stream. If you see me looking down, it's because I've got notes for this here, and we do have quite a few topics to cover today. So hello to everybody who's joining. I'm trying to wave to everyone, but because a lot of people are joining now, I don't want to say every single name because it'll just be time consuming and I will get extremely distracted. So I'm trying to just wave to people as they join and to say hello to everyone who is here. So we have many topics today. And the first will be the new release. Now, in our last video, the new release had just come out and we had already talked about it a bit, so we won't linger on that for too long. But my latest release is Mafia Property, and that's Dara and Kamari's book. So if you have read this book already, please put a little comment in the live stream or in the comments afterwards. I would love to know. And we are going to talk in more depth about the sequel to this book because that was what was more highly requested by readers for this stream. So we're just going to quickly, go through my list of topics, talk a little bit about this book, and then get into some of the other subjects. So what I wanted to do for Mafia Property while we were here was to actually go take a look at some of the reviews on Amazon, because I never highlight the readers who leave these good 5-star reviews, and I really wanted to read a few of those 5-star reviews for readers who wanted to know, and to also shout out the people who left those reviews. So thank you to everyone who said that they read the book, and I'm going to try to pick a few of the short reviews to read. So Pink Ice says, I love this book and the characters. It was a very relaxing story. Enjoy reading. I can't wait until the next book. I really like this review because I don't know if I would describe it as relaxing, but I think they mean like they felt relaxed reading it, and I'm excited that they were able to feel that way. So then we have another review from Jocelyn Bell, another Irish Murray with a taste for chocolate. I love the review title. With the current state of race relations today, it's nice to be able to read a story that shows passion and love can arise from places least expected. It goes to show that no matter what you are taught in your formative years, as an adult, you can choose how you want to live and who you want to love. So I really also liked this review. Some of the reviews are long, so I'm just going to read a little portion, but I'll definitely, credit everyone whose review I read. Another review by Mona Girl 73. Page 1 through page 300 was so exciting, especially enjoyed our hero making up for breaking her heart. The HEA was pretty tough, but the hero's determination... Oh, the heroine was pretty tough, but the hero's determination was no match. I think that's what I'm reading here. Then we have Tyriel Frierson says, I like that Dara began to see Kamari as a woman and not for her race. I don't know how she could love him the way she did. He said some horrendous stuff to her, but they gave it 5 stars anyways. So there are definitely some more. I don't want to sit here and read all of them for time purposes, but those were some of the 5-star reviews on Mafia Property, and thank you to everyone who did leave a review on the book. If you have read it and you haven't left a review, reviews really help indie authors a lot. The Amazon algorithm basically decides if we are important based on reviews. So if you have read the book, just consider leaving a review because it would really help me out. So I don't really have another excerpt to read for you from Mafia Property today because of all the other subjects we have to cover. And I also don't have paperback copies yet because I just updated them. So announcement, you can now get the updated cover version of Mafia Property. Let's see if I can, with this cover on the paperback, available now on Amazon on the book page. So with that, the next new release that we have to talk about is coming soon, and it's much anticipated by some of the fans and readers who have been there from the days of Radish and Kindle Vella and also my Patreon, and this is Despicable coming to ebook. And this is my very next release, which is in 5 days. So you can pre-order this book right now. I have changed the cover, And I'm going to pause here and talk about this for a little bit. And you can also ask questions if you want. This book is available now to pre-order with a link in my bio, and it will be up on Amazon on May 16th. So let's talk a little bit about this. When I write the serial, I just write and publish as they come. It's very organic. I do not have a lot of time to invest in tinkering around with the story. And so I've been writing the serials as something extra for quite some time now, and Despicable is, I want to say, a year, maybe a year and a half old, the entire thing at this point. And when I published it in serial format, there were a lot of things that went right and a lot of things that went wrong. Readers really seemed to enjoy it. Readers on Patreon loved it. But Kindle Vella did not publish all of the episodes of the serial. There are 275 episodes. I uploaded all the episodes. Kindle Vella, unbeknownst to me, has a limit for readers of 100 episodes. They cannot get more than 100 episodes in a story. There is no way for me to remove these episodes from the back end, nor make them visible to readers. So I'm stuck in a situation where basically a lot of readers cannot even read the entire story, and there's nothing I can do about it except turn it into ebooks. But as I said before, Despicable is basically from my brain to readers. There's not much intervention, and so sometimes there are more typos than I'd like. It's a lot of in the moment romance for readers who want that quick daily burst of romance. And so with the seasons, I basically split them apart, and with the help of my British editor, I worked on where I would cut up the different seasons into separate books, and season 1 is going to be split into 2 books, and I added a ton more words to that split in half season. So it's the same, but probably going to be super different in a lot of ways, because I was able to go into the parts of Despicable I wanted to expand on, the details people were missing, more romance between the characters, more friendship scenes, deeper moments. It's just so much better. So if you have read the serial, I'm saying all of this so that you consider trying out the ebook too. Like I said, you can pre-order it now. I also might have an advanced review copy going out to my team. I cannot really remember the details of that right now, unfortunately, but the book is live and available to order, and you can also order book 2, which will be titled Damaged, and that is available on the Amazon ebook store. This is also a way too that you can own your own copy of the serial. So if for some reason any of these pages get nuked or something, you can have your own ebook copy and soon your own paperback copy of the book. So that's what's happening with Despicable. If you haven't heard of Despicable before, because I'm saying all of this assuming you have, it is a dark bwwm bully romance. It's a college age new adult. I was really seeing a lot of the new adult trend going on with dark romance, and I wanted to try that as a side project from my main novels with serials. And you don't really see a lot of college and new adult romance with Black female leads, so I wanted to write a bwwm romance that kind of had those dark themes and kind of added a little more spice and representation to a genre of romance that I really like myself. So if you are interested in learning more, the first chapter of Despicable, let's just get friendly reminder, is on my website, jamilajasper.com/despicable. Will take you right to the page with all the information about the series, and I encourage you to check that. There's going to be a free chapter now, and there's going to be more added to that page as the rest of the series comes out. So there's definitely going to be more there if you want to learn more. So I can give you a little bit more about the serial coming soon, but I want to move on to my next new release just to cover, okay, what are the new releases? What are the upcoming releases? My next this one is a new release, is the Terran Taurus King audiobook. Now, let me check my notes here. I believe that I was going to do a giveaway. Yep, we are going to do a giveaway. So I am for Terran Taurus King audiobook in this live stream. So if you are watching this live stream now and you want to get your own copy of Terran Taurus King on audio, send me a DM with whether you would like a United States free code or a UK free code, and I will get to them tomorrow and I will send you a copy of the audiobook for free. So again, this opportunity for the audiobook is just available if you're watching the live stream. So if you want a copy of the audiobook, DM me after the live stream and I will send you an audiobook code tomorrow so you can get that audiobook for free. If you don't really care about getting it for free, it's linked in my bio, and the other books in that series are already in production. That's why I wanted to talk about it. We are going to have Cyrus, Leo King next, and Adrian, Scorpio King, and we are going to have the same narrator because Chris seems to be very popular, especially on my Patreon page with readers, and I would like to continue working with him to produce the other books in the series. I'm going to pause and have a little water. It can be a little tough to keep talking like that when my mouth is getting dry. I hope that wasn't too loud. So I also made here some more notes to talk about Despicable since that was coming soon. So this serial, Despicable, that serial is actually the second of my bully romance serials. I wrote one that was originally titled Unfuckable and is now the British Bully series on Amazon. Despicable is a spin-off from that series. So there's a connection between the main characters, but it's a completely different series. All the titles are going to be announced on my blog. I already gave you the website link, but it's jamilajasperromance.com/despicable. And the first two release dates for the series are May 16th for book 1, like we discussed, and book 2 will be coming out on July 4th. So to give you a little bit of a calendar of what's coming next, May 16th, Despicable 1. June 1st, Mafia Surrogate. That's the big one that I think everyone wants me to talk about more. And I do want to actually have another live stream that's even more focused on it before June 1st. But that's what's coming on June 1st. And then we have July 4th, Despicable 2. And we also have June 27th, Julius Cancer King in the Zodiac series, but we cannot get to that now. We will have to put a pin on that for later. We won't be talking about that now because I've not started writing it. So there's that. So I also had some illustrations done for the Despicable serial, and I did want to show those to you because I know that with one of my tiers on Patreon, I'm pretty sure that that you get different, types of merch depending on whether or not, different types of merch with this illustration in it. So I don't really know how to search in my iPad to get the specific name of, oh, there it is, to get the specific name of the image. Where'd it go? I was getting so close, but hopefully I can find a couple of them. So this was the original illustration that I had done, but I didn't really end up making more than stickers with this one because while I liked it at first, I really think that I wasn't into it in the end. I liked her, but I did not like how the male drawing came out. And I had another image made, and now I can't find it anywhere. So I'm a little bit concerned, but this image is very, I post it everywhere. There we go. All right. It's loading. So this is the image of Crispin and Amina that's on merch. Okay, finally. Rambled for quite a bit, and this will be on merch for certain tiers of my Patreon page. And there's also going to be a full-size illustration in the paperback and the ebook. And I just really love the swirl romance deliciousness of this. So this is something else I had done for both of the serials. So we have something a little different, and the books are updated, and there will be even more connections to the first serial and then the next one, which is my last serial in the bully romance universe that I'm currently working on, and that is Powerless. So I think that covered pretty much every detail you could want to know about what's happening with Despicable. If you have any questions, ask them about Despicable, and I'll try to get to them at the end or in a bit, because I know there's a little delay. And thank you, CD Sanchez 64. She says, I loved this one, my favorite, can't wait. So I'm excited too. So this, I said I had a lot of updates today, and I was not messing around. I wanted to talk about my website because I build my website myself using Squarespace, which I learned about on YouTube, and I don't have a promo code for it. That would be nice. But I update it myself, and I try to create something that will be direct from me to readers. So I wanted to talk about it today because I don't really talk about my website that much. I post the free chapters, but I haven't really explained it. What's there? Why bother? We got social media, right? Okay. So I have my website so I can reach readers directly because social media is not mine. It belongs to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, but my website belongs to me, and it can show a little bit of personality and of my, unique vision for Jamila Jasper romance. So recently I just updated the homepage, and we're going to see if I can make that work. I just updated the homepage and added a few new tabs so that readers can access different freebies and even more than they had before on there. So this is the mobile version because I, got to show you on an iPad, and it's going to be flipped, but we have an updated website with kind of my mission, and it's always going to show you right there on the homepage what the newest free chapter is so that you can see, hey, have I read the newest thing that's coming out yet? Do I know what's coming out? And I also have a little link to my Instagram feed, so that refreshes along with Instagram as well. So I also have on here for the catalog page, which basically will tell you which series are coming out and give you more information on all of them. And these are just some of the newest updates I've done. And if you click on the chapters link, there's the free chapters blog and then the Crispin and Amina series, and those are both new. So on the free chapters blog, I post the first chapter of every full-length novel that's coming out. And this I basically do this so you can get to preview the book ahead of time. Check out the first chapter. If it grabs your attention and you want to pre-order the book, great. If you don't like any of the tropes and you don't want it, great. I also have it there because there are quite a few free chapters now. So if you're at that time of the month when money is hovering near zero and you want something to read, you can just go and skim free chapters on that blog one after the other. So that's kind of one thing I have there. So a little bit is to organize everything and keep you informed. Another part of it is to give you freebies. And then I'm absolutely certain there's more on the homepage. Oh, right. And I also do have a little shop on my blog. I don't want to go into too many details about the shop because I will be updating it soon, but I do have signed paperback copies available. Now, because I don't know how popular these would be, so far completely not popular at all. I only put my Forced to Surrogate series, the Amalfi Coast Brotherhood series up. And if anyone orders a signed paperback, I will write a little note and send it out. Now, I know that if I have only 3 signed paperbacks up, that really limits people. So if you would ever be interested in signed paperbacks, either comment down below or shoot me a message, and I will try to update my store so that it has stuff that you guys like. So those are the basics of my website, but it had been recently updated, so I definitely wanted to get into that. And at this point, it has officially happened. The freebie is live. I scheduled the freebie for 6:40 p.m. today, and the freebie will be linked in my bio. It's going to be there all night, so if you wait until the end of the live stream, you can hit the link in my bio, or you can quickly duck in and duck out and then duck back in. And the freebie today is an erotica book titled Plowed by the Hung Redneck. Why did I write this? Because it was COVID. That's just the reason. And I was going through a phase, and I was writing erotica for my entertainment and coping and sharing it with readers. So it's a little dark and a little humorous, and this story is free. So again, link in my bio, it's going to pop up nice and big, and hopefully you'll be able to get a copy of that erotic story completely free today. I have never offered this book free before. In fact, most readers don't even know about it. The general premise of the story is that a Black woman who is a tax collector comes to foreclose on a sexy redneck's family farm, and he comes up with another way to satisfy the IRS. So, like I said, I was going through something when I wrote this book, but I think it's pretty sexy, it's entertaining, and most importantly, tonight it is free as a great thank you for coming to the live stream. Now, if you're watching this just after the live stream, so it's May 11th, after 6:30, but it's not May 12th. You can get this book anytime tonight. The link is going to be up. Just head over to the link in my bio and you can download it. I made an amazing note here that the link expires at 10 a.m. on May 12th. So if you are listening to this before then, you can get that book for free. Villainess 1031 says it was a good book. CD Sanchez 64 says read it was great. Thank you both. I really appreciate it. So now I have a couple more, way more to talk about still, but we're going to circle back to Patreon for a second because I have mentioned Patreon quite a bit. And I do like to give a little Patreon update in all of these streams. So Powerless 3 on Patreon has just picked back up again. Yay! We are nearing the end of the entire series. The entire serial is coming to an end, and I am in such desperate need of a break from the level of writing that I've been doing that it genuinely pains me in so many ways. I really loved putting this series together. I loved having so many books, one after the other. But I think at this point, I am finished. I have done everything that my brain is currently capable of writing in this bully romance universe has been written. So part 2 of Powerless 3 will be wrapping up the storyline. Everyone is going to get a happy ending, more or less, except for the people you effing hate. And everyone you love is going to get together. There are so many sex scenes that my fingers hurt. And Powerless 3 will be ending around chapter 55. So chapter 25 went live today, and I'm going to be posting 3 to 5 chapters a week until we get to the end of the story. And then I will be taking a break from serial content and instead loading my patrons with so much other stuff that they get sick of me, but there won't be more of the serial for a while, just daily chapters of my other works in progress, and I'll be focusing on a couple other things, which I will go into more detail for patrons. There's also been the first look at Mafia Surrogate on Patreon. Has anyone read any of the chapters of Mafia Surrogate yet? Any patrons here? I think that we are up to chapter 6 on the Patreon. So if you have read Mafia Property and you're like, I need the next book, but you are not subscribed to the Patreon, what's going on? If it's money, well, I'm sorry, I can't help you there. But it's $5 a month and you get a lot when you sign up. So if you would like to read the next story, I highly recommend subscribing to the Patreon and getting those chapters early. So Villainess 1031 says, yes, Rian is a character. I completely agree. When I sat down to write him, I didn't know who would come out. And that he is who he is. And I wanted to be risky. I wanted to be dark. And I know that there are, as usual, parts of this that may disturb some people. But I've been getting into dark romance lately, okay? And we're going to have a moment of real talk. A lot of dark romance out there does not have a Black female lead. But I read this dark romance and I'm like, this could use a dash of melanin all over. So I have a lot of different inspirations as a creator, a writer, as a creative individual, let's say. And I don't want to reveal all of them yet, but what I will say is many of those individuals create media just for Black people or primarily for Black people. And they have a certain je ne sais quoi, a certain intrigue that they bring. And so I read dark romance out there, and then when I sit down to write it, I'm like, okay, we're gonna go to this higher level of making the drama that maybe other people are afraid to go there, or I'm afraid to go there, but I'm like, we're gonna just take the shot and go there anyways. So that's kind of my idea behind Rian and Mafia Surrogate, and a lot of boundaries are pushed. We have another surrogacy romance. Angelic Eyes 99 says, continue the dark romance, please. I really love writing it. It's honestly such a release for me. It's mentally the most fun I have writing romance. And I do like, putting in my little jokes in there. But overall, dark romance is bae. And I doubt I will be leaving the darker side of bwwm for a while. Hello to Miles Mary Ann for joining in. So another thing that's going to be coming to Patreon soon, I think I actually posted this already, is the Scorpio King first listen. Yes. So Chris sent a little bit of Scorpio King over to me to listen to, and I shared some of that with the patrons. So if you listen to the Terran Taurus King audiobook and you want the next one, okay, it's not all the way out yet, but you can get a little teaser and listen to Scorpio King behind the scenes. I seriously put so much back there that thank you to CD Sanchez for, sharing your feelings on it, because that's exactly the response I want readers to get. Yes, get the books, get the paperbacks, but if you want to kind of be part of the experience, Patreon is really the only way I can justify doing it, because I'm also sure that what I post is going to reach you guys, unlike social media where my stuff gets devoured all the time and I basically just, unless I go live or, I try to have some type of level 9 strategy, a lot of stuff that I try to say just gets missed out. And also I get censored. I can't post any of my swear words on these social medias. But Patreon, I just got verified as an 18 plus creator, apparently. So we will be talking about all those bad words, okay? We're talking the F word. We're talking, of course, I forget every swear word I've ever known. I only know the actual words, the F word, the C word, any bad word you can think of. We're talking about that on Patreon, and you are going to see the post. It's not going to be censored. So that is another benefit to Patreon. So now that I've told you everything about Patreon, except the price stuff, which I talked about in my last live stream. So check that out if you want to know my opinions on money and what's going on with Patreon and all of that. Let's talk about my work in progress update. What am I writing? And this is where we get to what everyone actually wanted to know about, according to an Instagram poll that very few people participated in. So thank you to everyone for coming. When I make these little jokes, I'm not upset. I'm just starting to do these live streams and I have fun doing them. So here I am. But we are working on Mafia Surrogate. Editing is done for that. It needs to be proofread, but it's done. Mafia Surrogate is completely off my plate. Heaven and Rian's story is done, and it makes it 20 times more fun to read everyone's responses and reactions, but I do be a little scared sometimes if people think something's gonna happen that's not gonna happen, or if I am uncertain about what's coming next. So that book is done, but there's still a little bit of nerves until the release date. So hopefully I can get through that okay. I am also currently writing book 4, and I have not spoken about this anywhere. I just posted the cover of book 4 to Patreon the other day with a little verbal teaser, y'all ready for book 4, that type of thing. But I haven't said anything about it. And this is Callum's story. So if you've read the Boston Irish Mafia series, you must recognize the name Callum from the books because he's in all of them so far. And we have been building to Callum's story. Callum's story also has a biracial female lead. I have to be honest, I was not super interested in writing a biracial female lead. I don't really know if I have any reasons. Maybe I just feel like it's just been done a lot. It's the go-to for a Black female lead is that she's biracial, but I gotta be honest, I don't do it. So if it's the go-to for every other author, a biracial female lead is definitely not the go-to for me. So I decided that we are going to have two different biracial female leads in this series. Mafia Possession, we're going to have Zarya, who is half black and half white. Details in the book. And in book 5, we're going to have Onika, who is half black and half Chinese. So these are our biracial female leads coming up. And right now I'm writing Mafia Possession. It is a second chance romance. It is a dark romance. It is an arranged marriage romance. And Callum is doing a lot for me. He's 6'8". The descriptions that I just wrote today in their first scene together, I don't know if y'all are gonna let me get away with this dick comparison. Y'all let me get away with a lot, I'll be honest. So I will see what readers think when it's time for that to come out. But the first chapters of that won't come out until Mafia Surrogate is officially published. But that's just what I'm writing every day. Like, I get up, get to my desk ASAP, and I'm in Mafia Possession. Because it is an arranged marriage romance and dark, there is going to be a lot of drama there, and Zarya is not to be underestimated. I think that even if I was honestly not at first, like very first, I wasn't really sure if I wanted to write a biracial female lead. I ended up, because I really didn't want her to be too like watered down, if that makes sense, in everything, in the whole character. I didn't want it to feel like a watered down version of my other characters, because I'm just not accustomed to writing that. But I think it's going well, and Zarya, I like her. And I'm also really excited for the book 5 female leads. So by popular request, that's what I'm doing, and that's why I'm even bringing it up, because some of the readers I know who are watching here have spoken to me and messaged me about this. So I do sometimes listen. Might take me a while, but I sometimes listen. So with that being said, I did not want to get into too many more details on Mafia Surrogate now, because we're going to do another video this month closer to the release date. And in my little, gotta strategize, when is it going to be fresh on people's minds for the release, I would rather get into the details closer to the release date. But I did want to talk about it and acknowledge that, I know you guys were most interested in that one. So the next update I have is about Julius Cancer King, which I just told you I hadn't started writing yet, and that is true. But I do know what's going to happen in the story, so let's get to Julius Cancer King a little bit. Now, if you've kind of snooped around the series, that's the Zodiac romance series. Let's see if I can pull up a cover, because, I sit here talking, but who the heck knows what I'm talking about? Okay. There we go. Julius Cancer King, right? So he is going to be related to Duke Callahan from Duke Aries King. This is going to be a stuck in a tornado romance, older woman, younger man, dark romance, and he's going to be one of my blue collar bays. So he's going to be a rough, dirty talking, Terran-like character. So get excited for that. Neek Gets Fit says the I like her side eye though, lol, but we will give her a chance too. Yes, I'm giving her a chance. I'm very early in the book, and so this is how I feel a lot of the time early in the book. I'm not sure about the character, and then at the end I'm like, I love them, I'll defend them with my life. So I'm looking forward to getting into the thick of things, and when I'm able to share with the patrons and get your feedback and stuff like that, I know it'll go great. So I'm also currently writing, like I said, the end of Powerless 3. I wish it was already written, but it's not. And it is, I don't mean to look so like upset. It's not about the Powerless 3 or anyone else. I'm frustrated with myself that I haven't finished it yet, because I meant to be finished today. It was supposed to be my last day of writing, and it's not done yet. I just think I really wanted to chew on the ending a little more and give myself some more time to ease into the ending instead of rushing into the ending. I want to feel like the happy ending is all around them by the time we end the book or the serial. So hopefully that very vague statement gave you an idea of what's happening next. So I'm also taking notes on the next series, taking notes on the next serial, which will happen. We will discuss that at a much later date. But those are just some of the things that I'm working on every day, and I wanted to let you know about that. Last time, I had new books to show you, paperbacks, and I completely forgot. I had them stacked right next to the stream, and I messed up. So we have Unlovable. The new version of Unlovable is out. Yes, Villainous 1031. It's a football dark romance is coming next, and my notes are popping. So Unlovable has new editions. The interior looks similar, but as you can see, the covers are different. And we got the backs are different. So this is book 1 in the series. All of them are updated now, but I only have books 1 and 2 in. Book 2, Unattainable. Similar thing. We got, you know, it's a book in there. Description on the back. They're pretty thick. I don't know if I can compare them to anything, but they're pretty thick. I'd say about 500 pages, and all 6 books are updated. So these new editions are live. I do think that they are roughly the same price as the previous ones. And if you want to get them, those are up on Amazon. I probably would have been more hype if they were actually new, but these have been sitting here for about a month. I'm quite delayed. Purple Goddess says, love that new cover. Thank you very much. It was a tough call to update all of these, and it was pretty time consuming, but I'm happy that I got them done for you guys because I did want to share them. I also wanted to talk about something different that I did, which was I updated Leo King before it went into audiobook production. And I haven't really talked about this yet. I'm going to open up the cover as a little reminder of what that book was. Let's see, is this? Nope, this is not the cover. I just messed up. Okay, let's see here. So so Leo King is updated. What does this mean? So I took the full-length book. I didn't take it down, but I made a new document with it, and I really thought about some of the negative reader reviews that I agreed with on Leo King. I'll keep it real. I that's where my mind was, and I didn't really want to send it to audiobook production in the condition that it was in. I just thought, like, this is not how I want to hear the story, and I need to work on this. So I went in and I added about 5,000 words. I changed quite a bit of the dynamic between Shandy and Cyrus, and I think the entire book is a lot better. So if you own the book already, I believe it updates automatically, or you can go to Manage Content and Devices on Kindle and update it. And if you haven't bought the book yet, you can wait for either the audiobook to come out or check out the link in my bio. But that book is freshly updated, so it's a bit longer. I think makes the relationship a little deeper, and the sex scene is, of course, better, because if I go in there, I gotta improve the sex scene and make it even hotter. So that is what I did. We also have, let's see, a little monthly 99-cent discount to discuss. It's May. That means I have a new monthly discount. I don't know if I mention it in every video, but every month I will discount a book that I do not normally discount to 99 cents for that month only. I have never discounted the same book twice, and currently I do not plan on doing so, which means right now is your only chance to get this book at 99 cents, because this does cut into my ability to earn money from the book. It is very unlikely that I will discount this book again. So, that being said, it's Terran Taurus King. That book, the ebook, is 99 cents this month. And I did that because if you want to get the ebook and audiobook together, both of them are going to be $7. And I just thought that is quite a deal. Audiobooks, expensive AF. Ebooks, more expensive every day. Life, more expensive every day. It's a very popular erotic romance. It's about $25K. I thought this is the one that I want to discount, especially because the audiobook just came out. So now is your chance to get it if you have not read it before. I think you will really like this series. It's a lot of fun. It's something to read in between my main novels. That's what I meant it for. and the romance there is darker. You'll see more variety of characters and situations, and they are just jam-packed with sex scenes. So if that's your type of thing, be sure to check out Terran Taurus King. So I actually think I have, by some miracle, reached a conclusion to everything that I wanted to discuss today. If I missed something, I will talk about it in the next video. I just want to quickly summarize what we talked about, like the freebies, everything you need to know very quickly, and then I will end the video. So if you have any questions, start putting the questions in now so that I can say the summary, the little lag can catch up, and I can try to answer any questions you might have. So freebies, that's the most important thing. Freebie number 1, link in my bio, expires May 12th at 10 a.m. If you use that link, you can get my story Plowed by the Hung Redneck for free. It is a steamy swirl erotica romance. It is very sexy. I wrote it during COVID. You will love it, and it's free. The second freebie is to get the Terran Taurus King audiobook. How do you do that? You DM me that you want a promo code. Let me know what country you're in, US or UK, and tomorrow morning I will send you a promo code just to give people time to watch the video. So you have until, it is May 11th, so you have until May 11th at midnight to DM me for a promo code, and I will send you one tomorrow morning. The last time I did this, it worked super well, so give it your best shot. Chances are you will get one if you watch this video and message me. Then I wanted to tell you about, so we've gone freebies, let's go discounts, 99 cents, the Terran Taurus King audiobook. And then upcoming releases, we have May 16th, Despicable. That's a hashtag pre-order today book because it's coming out in 5 days. June 1st, Mafia Surrogate, book 3 in my Boston Irish Mafia romance. This is a very hot and extremely dark romance with elements of kink. And I can't believe I almost forgot, the sexy illustration is going live on Patreon tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. So it's going to have our plus size female lead. Oh my goodness, it's perfect. So Mafia Surrogate is coming on June 1st, but the illustration, the exclusive Patreon illustration, is coming out tomorrow on Patreon. Great time to subscribe. So now we've got freebies, discount, new releases. Okay, Mafia Surrogate, that's where we are. Julius Cancer King is coming out June 27th. Despicable, the second book in that series, Damaged, is coming out July 4th, and then Mafia Possession is July 31st, and we gotta stop because that's too many books in a row, but that's everything that you need to know about. I also talked today about my website, which again, JamilaJasperRomance.com. Just click around, there's lots of cool stuff on there, freebies, you can buy signed paperbacks directly from me, you can learn more about like the brand, the books. Like I said, I try to make the website really simple because I just can't with the complexity. I just think that, you know, I want you guys to see stuff about the books, and that stuff is on the website. It's super easy to get to, and you can read a lot for free on there. Anything else that I discussed? Just where I was with my different projects and what was coming up on Patreon. So I think that is everything for today. Thank you, CD Sanchez. And thank you so far to everyone who has joined and commented. Today's stream has gone super well so far, but I do think it is time for me to wrap it up as I've gone through everything. I didn't notice any questions, but if you think of anything after the stream, the comment section's open, guys. You can just go down below in there somewhere and type your comments, your thoughts. Let me know if you're reading any of my books right now, if you are excited for Mafia Surrogate, if you are excited for the dark football romance series or Despicable. I want to know it all. And please, if you have not yet looked at my Patreon page, I think if you like my books, you will fall in love with what's behind the scenes there. And give that a shot. If you are not following me on Instagram, please do so. And stay tuned. I will post more updates here, and my next live stream will be in a couple weeks. Closer to the end of May and closer to the Mafia Surrogate release date. And that video will be a lot about Mafia Surrogate. So stay tuned here, because if I have like if I want you guys to submit questions or, you know, stay in communication about the book so that I can interact with you and answer questions and help you to get something more out of the live streams than just me talking here, which I'm sure you love. But if you have any questions you want answered, I'd be happy to do that. So with that being said, have a lovely evening. I am going to go drink a ton of water and continue writing for a bit. So I hope you have a great time. Happy reading, happy sleeping, and happy relaxing. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.
She be calling on a Monday, wanna meet on Tuesday, asking me to fix me up real nice. She can wait until the weekend, she wants off the deep end, telling me to bring the stuff I like. I don't wanna let her down, so